All right, we're calling the AIF board meeting to order at 4:10 on February 16th. Go ahead and do roll call. Andy Aldred. Here. Mark Cohen. Maria Davis.
Here.
Isaac Lee.
Here.
Jerry McDermott.
Here.
Sandy Sanborn. And Kyle Wainwright here.
You do have a quorum.
All right, we have a quorum. Let's approve the prior minutes from 1:30.
Move to approve. Second.
Any old business?
Motion, you gotta do motion to approve.
Oh, motion to approve. Thanks.
Aye. Aye. Aye, good.
Maria. All right, any old business? Status of ordinance update?
So we were just reviewing that a little bit. I did find, with the help of Grace, because we had to kind of dig back and forth, in 2020, the amended ordinance was done to take out elevate pictures, which is what our concern was initially. And that was done in 2020. And there was another update, so you guys have a copy of that. And then you also have a 2021 amendment, which just updates code numbers, Indiana code change. And that really just updates those numbers and one other appointing number on there. So you have two amendments, one 2020, one 2021. Both of those were amending the original 2013 ordinance. And I think we are good. So if you want to look through them, if you find anything that you think with some of our rules and procedures or changes that we've made, if there's something else that needs done, we can gladly look at that. But at this point, I think our ordinance matches our municipal code, and I think we're good.
Okay, so we don't really need a motion to approve them because they're already approved, obviously.
Yeah. Yes.
Are there any changes? Everybody good with it?
You may, if you take them with you, maybe next month or
Okay.
April, I think when we meet in April, we can, I mean, if somebody sees something that's blatant and we need to really address, we absolutely can do that. But
Then do you mind just sending these out to the people that aren't here?
I will do that. Thank you. Yes, I will. And I think that was the big concern on the ordinance, was just that getting the elevate ventures off, making sure that had been taken care of.
Okay. I agree with you there. That was a concern. And then, oh, go ahead.
The only other thing I was going to say, what is not on the agenda is you guys have the amortization schedules for the loans. Jerry had asked me to grab those. I don't know that if you need to review them. I know that we talked about asking Foods Alive
For an update.
for an update. Did we talk about Jeremy too? Or not yet?
We can do both of them. They're probably both due. It was just a matter of when we want to schedule.
Okay.
And I'll get with both Jeremy and Matt.
Maybe for the next meeting.
Which is April 20th.
Yeah, I want to do one of them and then do another one.
Yep.
So Jeremy will be due here. And he's had it for a year at this point.
Yeah.
Pretty good for him.
Either one.
Yeah.
Matt's probably overdue.
Yeah. So he's got a pretty cool business.
Whichever one you want me to do, I'll reach out and get Matt. Or Jeremy, I'm sorry.
Do Matt first, since we haven't. He, like you just said, he is probably overdue, and then we'll see if we can get Jeremy in the next one.
Perfect.
If everybody thinks that
Sounds like
makes
a plan.
sense to me, but
Thanks for bringing us Linda back.
you're welcome. And then we will just hold on to these so that I don't have to, I keep asking them to print them, but they're really the same thing. So I'll try to hold on to them and make copies when you guys are ready to see it again, or you want
It's like to
something
see
to
the highlights.
I know. I can highlight it.
No, I appreciate you giving those. Other old business project lure update.
So really all we have here is a draft of the promissory note was submitted and prepared for council's meeting tonight. It brings up a question under new business that we'll bring up in terms of overall terms, but anticipated that this will run for a 5-year duration, just like our previous agreement that we had with API. So should get approved tonight. Closing will be scheduled probably within the next 2 weeks. And we'll go from there.
Ryan's all set for that?
Yeah, he said it didn't actually have to be on the agenda, it just had to be on the docket.
Let's not ask about that.
So ask him when you're done here, just to verify, but that's,
So there's no real approval that has to be?
no, it just has to be approved on the docket to cut the check when the closing is ready. And that's what Ryan assumed, that's information he gave me when I asked to add it to the agenda.
Okay.
He said that's not necessary, just the docket, so.
Okay.
What is the difference between the docket and the agenda?
The docket is typically when Jerry says, I move that we pay the bills, Brian just, or the mayor just states the dollar amount that's on the docket to pay out, and the council approves or disapproves. It's probably on their regular agenda. I don't know if it's spelled out in your actual agenda packet. I didn't look through it, but instead of adding it as a separate item on the agenda, it's just grouped in with all the money
With all
to go
the
out.
details.
Okay, all right.
So, and I think that that's really it. And Ryan just didn't think it needed to be a separate item on the agenda. But you are welcome to verify that if you want to speak about it tonight or
I'll
something.
pop
that's
with
fine.
him.
All right, I think that's it for old business. Did I miss anything? Been any new business?
No new applications, at least on the industrial front. We do have a couple BRNEs scheduled for the city of Angola here in the next 90 days. So I anticipate that to change. I know Jerry, who met with somebody we need to connect up with on the commercial side.
On the commercial side, yes, it's, I refer to that as project food or project truck or.
Whatever we give. Whatever we give it. So
I met with these folks twice. Sandy and I met with them once, and then met with them again last week. And they're really excited about, and I've given them the applications to get started. And thank your assistant for that.
Yep.
And they were, I think we're limited to like 50,000, if I remember right.
commercial's 50, yeah.
They might need a little bit more than that. And I said, well, I don't know what we can do about that. Primarily, they're looking for improvements to their facility. I guess the health department has told them they need certain things, as well as some signage. So they were getting an estimate from a fan person, and they're looking at a used one rather than a new one. So that is something we'll probably be dealing with in April at our next meeting. They are very excited about moving forward.
The nice thing about this process is, as you can tell, Jerry and Sandy, and I think I wasn't available and going twice, appreciate it. Any of us individually can talk to these folks and direct them to the application, which you guys did. The application's a formal process. Outside of us meeting like this, we don't have a vote, we don't have a say, we can't give them, we don't have any power. And Sandy and Jerry did a great job explaining that to them. So force them to come through the application. To the second point, Jerry, that you brought up, remember, one of the companies previously, Evolution, their balance, it was on a $100,000 note, their balance dropped down to 60. They had an opportunity to purchase an additional piece of personal property equipment. We re-amortized their note, paid off the 60, re-loaned them the 40 under new terms. Their new note was 100.
Okay.
So we have that ability, but the terms and the programs that are out right now, the principal and policy document prohibits us from going north of that 50 number.
Okay,
So you have the ability to go and kind of re-amortize this, the program after 2 years or something like that, but it's a new note, new interest,
I think I
new
mentioned,
application fee,
okay,
so it's all new. So you have that ability.
Okay.
Second item that I didn't put on the agenda, but I want to make sure we talk about, that the terms of the agreement have been something that's been targeted in other incentive mechanisms, including tax abatements, and we've chosen, most of our communities have chosen to shorten those terms. Even here, we've got notes that have previously been 10 years long on real estate. That's not the problem, but when you tie a note to personal property or inventory, your amortization schedule or depreciation schedule, let alone, is going to be a lot shorter than 10 years. So I think a healthy discussion for us in a future meeting would be, what do we want these typical terms to be? Last one we did was 5 years on personal property. I think you're setting a precedent there. If that's the case, then that's fine. That's what we tell folks moving ahead. But again, a lot of times they're going to be asking about principal, interest, and term.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
So it makes a big difference if it's amortized over 5 years or 10 years and what the payment.
I totally agree with personal property being 5. I think the tax abatement is a clear example of shortening that, and there's a good reason to do that. In real estate also, I mean, I do feel like 10 is okay. Like when I saw that, I didn't realize the difference, but that makes sense.
It does make sense. So future meeting, we'll get some more information out about terms and justifications for that. But for something that we want to consider moving ahead, I think it's a good dialogue.
Yeah, I think that'll be a great dialogue, especially when it comes to how much involvement we get or how many applicants we get to, for these loans. I mean, they're all 10-year loans that would dry up pretty quickly because it wouldn't be able to refill itself. So, yeah, good discussion. Any other new business?
I think so.
Any other business? Going right down the list today. Reports. And the 2 sets that you sent, but any other reports?
No, other than just review those ordinances. And I mean, if you see anything that, I do have the municipal code pulled up here where the investment fund is found, the information there. You can pull that up on the website at any point in time. I was going to print that off, and I guess we didn't do that. But if for some reason you think something is not matching up, that could, we can always look at that, but I think we're good.
And just keep in mind, this is the ordinance that creates the fund. It does not create the activities inside the fund, but it does set the standard of what the funds can be used for and receive.
right.
Yeah.
So if you want to change the use of the funds, you got to go back to this document.
And change it first.
And I don't necessarily suggest that because we did that once.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the work that the city's done, Rita and you. Again, making sure we citate where the fund's created. Just remind the body that policies and principles are where the activity is.
All right. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Good job, Kyle.
Yeah, that was a quick one, guys.
Thanks, you guys.
You're a natural.
Next meeting, 4/20,
420.
2026.
Baseball season.
Will be baseball season.